Oh, whatever. Hello, boys and
Hello,
girls.
hi chat. Yeah,
Hi, boys and girls. Hi, side chat. Who do we got? Woolly Ignorant Germania. Oh,
Gurr is already talking shit.
yeah, he's already talking shit. Well, he had one of his crappy cancer-causing streams on again last night. And,
Oh, he's grumpy then, I guess, from being, up so late.
Yeah, he stayed up past his bedtime. Yep. Yeah.
We got
Yeah,
Jefferson Spatchcock in the side chat, along with Wooly Ignorant. It really wouldn't be a stream without Wooly.
James Apperson and Captive Desk is here. And who else? Oh, Scott Duke is here.
Oh, he's an asshole. Ignore him. You got to ban him.
Who knew? Anyway.
Icarus is here. Don't forget Icarus.
Okay, the elephant in the room. Oh, Icarus is here and Top Dog's here.
Hey, Icarus.
Okay, we may as well address the elephant in the room. Okay. Now, I'm gonna let me know if you can hear this or can't.
Okay.
I sleep like an old person at night now.
I can hear it.
So I can go to sleep. Well, I guess not, because older folks seem to go to sleep quite early. I go to bed.
How the fuck does he know?
Well, I don't know what he considers old. I don't know what he considers old, but like I went to bed at like 1:30 a.m.
I did it again, and you did it again. God damn it, what's wrong with us? And anyway, yeah. But I mean, we don't know that all old people go to bed early, do we, Bree? It's like, stop with the ageism. It's like, it just gets so aggravating. Now, I do go to bed at 6 or 7, 5, 6 or 7 p.m., but then I get up again at 8 p.m. and stay up till 1 a.m. 1 a.m.? Yeah. I've been trying to be better, though. But anyway, yeah. So there's a study that says that as you age and you get less melatonin, it will shift your biological clock so you go to sleep earlier and get up earlier. But I don't know if that's correct, because I've always gone to sleep late and gotten up at like 4 or 5 a.m.
Maybe you're just an outlier.
Well, I had to milk cows when I was a kid, so I had to get up, milk the cows, go get the cows out of the fucking pasture, milk the cows, cool the milk off.
Oh, exactly. No, not when they're young, so.
I know.
I don't know.
Then I had to, take a bath or shower. We didn't have a shower, so I took a bath and then went to school. But maybe that's why I always get up early. But anyway, I don't know. I just don't know about this classifying entire age groups of people and saying that they're this or they're that, because like you young kids, all you do is watch Netflix, right, Andrew?
Sometimes
but I bet you don't watch it as often as like the next person on the block, right? It's like, no, we can't.
Typically, no. Some other things, maybe.
Anyway, I was just about to take a nap, and Bree said that, and she just jerked me right out of my chair, and I stood up. It's like, ageism. So I thought I'd call Bree out.
Line must be drawn here, this far. No.
You kind of made you want to throw your walker at your computer.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah. Old people all have walkers too, and we all break our hips and like blah blah blah.
Was that the clip?
Yeah, that was it. That's all I had.
Oh. Speed, what you do this? You make tiny few second clips and you make a whole. I'm just kidding.
Well, it's called clickbait.
It's your superpower.
That's how you survive on YouTube.
Yeah, I was hoping Bree would stop in, so clickbait. It's just clickbait. Do it all the time.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to explain the whole thing again for Maya.
Hey,
She
Maya.
just got here.
Oh, hi Maya. So I
upset.
twitted, Maya. I twitted, and you did not twit back. So Maya told me to twit, and I twitted on the Twitter, and she did not twit back. I twitted alone. I twitted lonely. I was a very lonely twit.
What is Dr. Seuss?
Yeah, I know. Lonely twit.
It's either Dr. Seuss or an aneurysm.
Well, these people tell me, "Oh no, don't reach me on email. Reach me on Discord or Twitter and then I do, and they like never respond. Yeah, I sent you a message, Maya. Several messages.
Twitter is evil. Social media is all go on social media.
Anyway, okay, you had a paper you want to talk about, Andrew. So,
Sure.
Why don't you tell us the whole
Talk
story.
about the other thing more, but
Well, no. I was just fucking with Bree.
Oh,
So
I see.
Hey, Bree's here.
Hey, Bree.
And let's see. It's also a way to call out Bree's channel and Live from the Hive and the Saturday morning show that Bree does.
Is anybody there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Something happened that it all went blank and got tossed out.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I can hear you. How about you, Andrew? Are you with us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, okay. I think we're back on track.
I was echoing you for a while, but yeah, it blanked my screen out, and you guys disappeared, and I'm like, "Whoa, I'm alone.
That was weird.
What am I gonna do?" Yeah, crazy. I wonder if it's still live.
Yeah,
They're
saying snarky things at us now. So
Oh,
now they're all saying they can hear us and welcome back, and it did crash. We're here. Are you?
I don't know. Why don't we ban this guy? I don't know why we don't ban that guy. Anyway, okay. So you had a little go wrong with a paper that you want to talk about. So this is a new paper, 2022, December 27th.
Yeah, so relatively related to all the JWST stuff going exciting. Well, I was actually thinking about this today. Like, isn't it amazing, wonderful, even that I'm at a point in my life where maybe not in the next few months, maybe not in the next year, but sometime soon, hopefully, we are going to figure out these galactic mysteries and solve them, hopefully, and we're doing that now, and we're going to be able to answer questions, perhaps. And I don't know, I just find that really exciting, all this new data coming along at this moment. I hope everyone else feels that way too, if it's astronomy, but
yeah,
I digress.
How much did the JWST increase our resolution? Like, if you wanted to look at it in those terms?
About 11 billion.
Yeah. Well, let me put it. It's doing. I forget. the specific part of it, but like overall it's doing a lot better than they predicted. Someone
we're able to see
everyone
more.
Did everything right.
We're able to see more with it because it's really strong on the infrared spectrum. And plus, it's got more than one kind of telescope with it. It's not just one way of looking at the galaxies.
I'd say it's one telescope. It's got multiple instruments that can see different parts of the light, or kind of pick out different parts of it, basically. And also, it's a larger mirror than Hubble by a lot, so that helps too.
Yeah, so they found these surprisingly mature galaxies. Was that the problem? Were losing sleep?
Yeah, that problem we're losing sleep about. Oh, poor Bree.
We made Bree cry. You did, really, because I had no beef with Bree.
Now look what you've done, Speed.
I know. I didn't mean to. It was just a
Somebody
joke.
give Bree a hanky.
It was, but I am kind of put off every time people refer to old people or young people or whatever, or any age class, and try to make blanket statements about them, because that sort of casts a shadow on all of us, right? I mean, let's stop doing that, people. We're all individuals. We're all unique snowflakes.
All people.
And
all individual.
And I am a fucking snowflake. I mean, I melt at the slightest basically opposition, or anybody says anything, I just melt up. I'm a snowflake. But old people aren't snowflakes, not boomers. They're hardened in their
only if they've spent a few months watching nothing but Fox News, then they may be snowflakes.
Yeah, some people. There you go, Top Dog. That's the way to do it. Some people.
Not all people.
Some people go to sleep early. Not so. So how many times have you said yourself, Speed, leave it to a woman, or just like a woman, or other things like that?
Different. That's different.
Oh, that's different. Okay. That's a different context. That's different thing.
I should limit that to the women that I have dated. Basically, they all seem to be the same. They're the same class, so I could lump them all together. I don't know, but I'm the one that chose them, so there's obviously, we know how that happened, right? Anyway,
okay. Someone talking about worthiness in the side chat. Has someone found the legendary Mjolnir?
What?
Mjolnir?
I'm confused.
Mjolnir? I would love to find Mjolnir.
The Jeffersons, and I probably some context there, but this reminded me of in Mjolnir. Anyway, do you want to talk about this, Speed? Or
yes, I do. We should get this.
Okay, sorry. Deal with it. I kind of took a tangent there. Yeah, so a relatively recent paper that I want to briefly, because I don't know, I find all this stuff interesting. I hope some people, by et al. December 2022. You just said that. Can cosmological simulations reproduce the spectroscopically confirmed galaxy seen at Z or redshift greater than or equal to 10? So some of the galaxies that are being seen by WST right now, and of course, not all of redshifts confirmed by spectroscopy right now. So there is a good chance that at least some of them are that far away or at those high redshifts, but we can't be confident about all of them because there might be dust, for example, that's causing them to appear redder through we're using right now than they really are at those shifts spectroscopically. So there's still a lot more work that needs to be done for but basically this paper took these two very distances, like see it says Z 10.38, Z 13. Probably a year ago with Hubble would have been impossible to, I know some were saying found a galaxy Z equals 10 or Z equals 11. That was a big discovery because with Hubble, that was really far away in terms of Hubble's resolution. But now it's funny how with JWST we're seeing these galaxy candidates that might indeed be at these high, or in this case are redshifts, and we're kind of talking about it casually. So that's anyways, with these galaxies confirmed through spectroscopy for taking their spectrum, which I hope everyone's familiar with spectra and prism, the basic concepts of that. We've confirmed our redshifts that are these high, and now one of them is officially the most distant galaxy that we've confirmed.
Hey, can I pause real quick, and say something?
Sure. Yeah.
You know, state of education in America, prisms were like one of the most basic science topics in class when I was in like elementary school.
Right.
But at no time did any teacher ever bring a prism and show us how it works in school.
Right.
I thought that was the stupidest thing ever. You know, looking back, I think, how could they miss that opportunity to put a prism in a bunch of kids' hands and let them, you know, make the light go through and look at all the different, you know, separations of light, and then all the tricks you can do with the prism to make it, you know, the light disperse, and then you can put it through another prism and bring the light back together.
Good point.
But yeah, I know, you know, putting hard, sharp, you know, pointy objects in kids' hands is really kind of dangerous. But, you know, if you're going to make an omelet, you got to break some kid's head with a prism.
Well, that's what supervisors are for.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm just saying that, number one, was that the experience that most of our side chatters had, or did they actually get to manipulate prisms in school? If anybody wants to chat about that.
They didn't care that.
Are all familiar with prisms. Did you actually get to handle them?
Get to handle the prism? I used to have a prism. I don't know why I had
speed lost on the opportunity as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yet I got to point out that for some reason 4 school officials didn't catch that gun in that kid's backpack, even though everybody was saying there's a gun in his backpack.
Oh yeah, isn't that wonderful? Yeah. The snapping into action.
But if he'd had a prism in there, it's sharp. We're gonna.
Yeah, it's a sharp prism. He's going down on the ground, getting handcuffed and shackled.
Anyway, okay, we. Okay, so how old was this galaxy?
Is my mic choppy? Gur is saying my mic is really choppy.
No, not to me. Not to me. I'm not sure why.
Oh. Is it for anyone else that don't want to talk for 30 minutes?
It could be that. It could be that Restream is screwing us here, and for some reason it's not broadcasting properly. But
Andrew is coming in loud and clear for me too. So
yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, so how old is the galaxy, or how soon after the expansion did this galaxy
so
how long ago?
So for the most distant one, the Z equals 13.2 right there. It's I think I forget the exact. It's like 300 something million years after the Big Bang, or what we would call the Big Bang singularity, so time zero. So yeah, pretty close, relatively speaking.
Okay, go on.
Yeah, I'm sorry, everyone.
There's more to the story. I don't know. It's horrible. Let me try it with me muted, because we had that. Remember, we had that problem with StreamYard.
Yeah.
I'm going to try muting and see.
How now? Am I roboting a little bit?
Is that a dog?
Yeah, he wants attention.
Oh, okay. So go ahead and so explain. You've talked to one of the authors.
Yeah. So I won't. If my voice is choppy, I apologize. I'll just make this brief then. Basically, they did the things already being done before JWST came out, and they could have inputted these new parameters related to star formation and the how the galactic nuclear energy was putting out, and and all that stuff, but baryonic physics, because matter, baryons, and so they input all that into the simulations, and they basically, and for most of the simulations, I believe, I think some of the slightly different results when I looked at the paper, but basically when they did these simulations, the galaxies that they simulated were consistent with the size ranges, basically, of the galaxies that they have confirmed the redshift spectroscopically. So that's the big point here, is that for the ones we do know is now officially, the LCDM model is consistent with what we're seeing. Now, granted, these are for the ones that we have seen right now, we have confirmed right now, that appear to be more massive, but we need to confirm their mass, their redshifts as well. So, like I said, there's still a lot more work that needs to be done, but I think this is a good step in the direction to seeing, okay, is LCDM or lambda CDM cosmology going to need to be revised by any of this, or it's how big are those changes, revisions going to need to be? So yeah, that's kind of it. I'm going to mute now.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you chopped a little bit for me, but not.
We have a special guest that has joined us to reply to the controversial statements made by Speed.
Accusation of ageism. Yeah.
A special guest is right. That's I am being called out in this video, and I will ask to be given just a moment to introduce my my position. Okay.
On ageism. Okay.
This is not ageism. Okay. Generations and the technologies that they grew up with are important to understand how a person developed and how to relate certain ideas to them based on the time frame in which they grew up, and again, the technology that they grew up with, and the societal views that they grew up with. It's important to classify individuals in this way in order to better help to engage them. Because at the time that you are learning this stuff, your brain absorbs it great, but as you get older, you have more trouble absorbing and taking in new information and storing it, but you can recall using older information just fine. So it's important for newer generations to understand and address specifically. And I'm assuming this is about me saying boomer. I didn't catch all of it. Or calling
No, you didn't say boomer anyway. Thank
Oh,
you
I
for
didn't.
not saying boomer.
I don't think you're a boomer anyway, are you?
Yeah, I'm a baby boomer. I was
He
born
was
in
born in the 50s.
51. So
Okay.
Yeah.
My parents are boomers too. My dad's right in the middle and my mom's at the end.
anyway, some of this technology you're talking about, Bree, I wrote some of the software for that.
And yeah, it's not universal. Yeah, someone had to be there to teach my generation how to use that technology.
Yeah. Anyway.
So that's what you're here for.
Well, it just always sets me back when people assume something about like when I go to the grocery store and it's like, and I've got a couple of bags, that weigh about 5 pounds. They say, "Oh, you want some help getting that to your car?" And it's like, get the fuck out of my way. I mean, Jesus Christ.
I would just love to be a Safeway or Walmart when Speed's there.
I walk about 5 times faster than anybody else in the store, and I'm very, very vector-like.
I am glad I don't. I'm not the bagger at your grocery store. Oh my gosh. They probably have to do that, and Speed's just being a dick to him because he thinks it's.
I know I'm a real dick to him. I just.
They have to. They have to ask every customer if they can help with their bags, and Speed's like, "Fuck you."
Well, occasionally I do say, "Are you saying there's something wrong with me?" And they just look at me like, I'm sorry. It's like, yeah.
Why is everybody cries when that old guy comes to the store?
Like, get the fuck out of my way.
Do not offer to help him get something off the top shelf. He will beat you with his cane. Do you bring a cane with you to the? You don't bring a cane.
Oh, I bring a cane just so that you know I don't.
So you can beat the young peoples with it.
I have a walker that's equipped with automatic fire weapon, like rapid fire fucking 9mm, and yeah. Yep.
That's what just get you one of those Professor X chairs to hover around in.
I was thinking about getting a cane if I could get one with a sword in it. Then I would go ahead and start using a cane, because that fools them. They see you with a cane and they don't know that there's a fucking saber in there. And you got to whip it out and cut them in half.
You're gonna try to sneak it onto a plane?
Oh yeah, sneak it onto the plane.
We have some people that are enthusiastic about this idea of yours. But yeah, beating impertinent people with a cane has been tradition in the old Merry England, as well as the colonies. If a person who spoke to you impertinently, who maybe was a little too familiar, who was outside of your social class, you could just up and beat them half to death with your cane and just go on.
It wasn't used just for to aid in walking necessarily as much as it was to beat vagabonds when you walk through the streets of London.
Just like let's break a clavicle or two.
Right.
Well, that's what that's the societal message that they're talking about in American Psycho with Christian Bale. He just walks down the streets and he's beats homeless people.
Yeah.
Okay. Now this is a true story. They opened a Kentucky Fried Chicken in the late 60s in Virginia, Minnesota. And at that time, Colonel Sanders would go down to the newly opened stores and train the staff. The actual Colonel Sanders, right, was still working for him. And he hit my friend on the head with a cane because he wasn't sweeping upright. So he actually tapped him on the head with his cane. No,
my mother tapped me on the head with a rake handle one year because I wasn't working fast enough or focusing enough on the weeding the garden.
Right, yeah.
So
anyway,
and she got mad at me after that because she had to get a new rake handle.
Man, if Colonel Sanders had hit me with his cane or tapped me with his cane or touched me any way at all, there's no way I wouldn't have been okay, now I want my
yeah.
But see, that was a different time.
it was a different. It was before lawsuits were invented.
Yeah.
Before worker rights were invented. Yeah, back when your employer could assault you with a weapon if you weren't working to their satisfaction.
I'll put food on your table. I can beat you.
Teachers would routinely beat the hell out of you.
Yeah.
The year I was in kindergarten was the last year that was legal in Missouri.
Really?
Yeah. They quit doing it at my school. Must have been around 4th or 5th grade, because a couple of kids' parents complained to the school board that their kids' butts were getting bruised by various teachers who were spanking them. So they just decided to quit that. But then not too long after that, well, I don't know if it's illegal in Arkansas or not now. I'd have to look into that.
Yeah.
I would just assume it was, but you can't assume that about Arkansas.
The principal at my son's elementary school, when they went there, he knew me really, really well, because every time they would even slightly verbally abuse my kids, I would be in the office just fucking screaming at them. It was like the first thing he noticed. One of my sons were in, like, I don't know, 2nd or 3rd grade, and one had a really good teacher and the other one had a crappy teacher. And that teacher would really, like, embarrass my son when he come up with something creative. And so I went in there and I complained that they separated my twins, my identical twins, right? They put them each in a different class, and one had a good teacher, one had a bad teacher. And the principal said, well, we do that because, they're twins. And I said, oh, wait a minute. You mean you do that? You mean you're specially treating my sons because they happen to be twins? And he heard attorney in my voice. And they did
that to me and my brother too. We're twins, and they always made we were never allowed to be in the same class together.
Right. They never did that again to my kids. They always put them in exactly the same class after I had that little talk with the principal. But then I got to know him, and he was a really great guy. I mean, he would like dress up and do a whole Mr. Rogers impression that was worthy of going on the Tonight Show. And, at the beginning of the year. So he's a good guy. We got to know each other, but every single time they messed with my kids, I was in there and I fucking pulled their chain.
Pull up Monkey for Bananas comment. I got a question for them.
Okay. 09?
Yeah. So were you in a private school? What state was that in?
Was that 1909?
I think you're saying 2009. Monkey for Bananas young.
Wow.
2 years younger than me, like 7 years younger than me, it looks like. Was that because I graduated, I was class of 2002. 1989 is when I started school, and that's the last year that it was legal for them to do corporal punishment in Missouri. And the principal had a paddle hanging on their wall still.
Man.
Yeah, but
yeah.
They didn't actually get to use it. It was just a threat.
Yep. Did we lose Andrew? I was going to talk about collagen with Andrew, but he went away.
Collagen in fossils?
No. Well, I found a paper. I've been going through my papers, and I found one on soft tissue in dinosaurs from 1999. Yeah. And I think that was
Mary Schweitzer.
No, it was before Mary Schweitzer, I think.
Oh.
It was an ichthyosaurs that they found surprising soft tissue in dinosaurs.
But it wasn't collagen, right?
I think it might have been, because they were talking about the skin, and skin is, primarily collagen. And
I didn't know that had been found in ichthyosaurs. Interesting.
Yeah. I'll have to dig that paper up.
It's a good thing I did not assume that thing about Arkansas. Because according to this website, findlaw.com, under the Schools Discipline Act, teachers and administrators may use corporate punishment on students if their district authorizes it. No other statutory guidance is provided.
What state is that?
So what?
What state?
Arkansas.
Arkansas. Okay. He said Oklahoma. I think Oklahoma is probably has something similar in place. I bet because he said it was a public school too. That just surprises me because I know Missouri's pretty usually the last to progress on these types of laws, and it was always like you'd see these maps of states that had voted in this or that. Like when you're looking at what comes to mind is the like legalizing marijuana, right? They're like the last. Missouri was like the last state to come along with it, you know.
Yep.
Well, apparently, according to the same website, Find Law, for Oklahoma, it's rarely used in the schools, but there's no statewide ban on it.
And so I know there was a school district in Missouri just this last school year who put it in the a form out that the parents could sign to allow the school to use corporal punishment on their kids.
By the way, Andrew, I linked that paper in my description. So I'm getting a little bit of...
You'd be sure that my kids would be opted out of that kind of program.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fossilized collagen evolution refuted. What are we even doing here if there's fossilized collagen?
So collagen is extremely stable.
Should we be doing this on the Sabbath if collagen's in the fossil record? I mean, that means Jesus is real, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why am I echoing?
Making sure we're on the same page.
Any idea why I'm echoing? Or am I echoing for everybody?
I don't hear you echoing.
I don't hear an echo from you, Speed.
Wow, I do. What the hell is going
on? Did you see the part of my video about the coelacanth?
No.
No, I made you leave with my ageism. I drove you away.
Yeah. I jumped up in my chair and I ran outside and started screaming at the trees. So I probably missed it. So what'd you say about the coelacanth?
Oh, I was responding to this Creation Unfolding channel. He has a lot of evolution videos, but he's really he's got lots of good graphics and stuff, and he's so it's really engaging visually, and he makes ridiculous claims that are easy to like refute if you just take the time to understand it. Yeah. So I recommend that you could go to his channel and find something to respond to easily.
Did you link the channel in your description?
No, but I can link it right here. I got it pulled up.
Okay.
I'll drop it into the private chat here.
Yep.
Do I have a wrench in your?
You should.
In your live chat. Well, so there's people out there that are just taking wrenches away all wild and crazy. I didn't know.
No, everybody pretty much has a wrench in my on my channel. It's sort of a blanket.
I've just been teasing the hell out of Gur because yesterday when we all went into his first live stream in a little bit, everybody was wrenchless and like, what the heck? And yeah, it was funny. But anyway, there you go. That's the guy.
Creation Unfolding, eh? Oh my God, that's enough for me. I'll have to link that in my description because we want to keep an eye on those fucking creationists. They say the goddamnedest things, like Sal Cordova. Cordova.
He was tagged in this description, but they just use the @ things now. They don't necessarily have to have the whole link, so he's just like added in there. You just have to put the @ sign and then whatever their name is.
Looks like some of our people are feeling wrench insecure.
It's like the mods can't feel safe anymore. Yes, don't worry, Maya. I won't take your wrench away as long as you twit back.
Our wrenches are safe here, Maya. This is a safe place for us.
Safe wrench zone.
It's a wrench safe space.
Wrench safe.
You feel confident in your ability to post links, to time out trolls. You're never going to lose that power here, Maya. Or on my channel. We don't do that type of stuff to people.
Yep. So Scott, you came up with guilt sick Gibbon today.
Yeah,
Sick Gibbon.
That's when Speed tries to guilt Gut Sick Gibbon into coming on to the channel for a talk.
I sent Erica this nice email and said, I know you're really famous and busy lately, and I have a really tiny little channel, but could you please come over here? And don't worry if you don't have time. I'll be dead soon.
Did she respond what she said?
She hasn't responded yet. I think she probably gets too damn many emails. So
I picture Erica's inbox as that big warehouse in the Indiana Jones and the
exactly,
and the Raiders of the Lost Ark, and Speed's email isn't even the size of the ark in the crate. His is like the size of a dozen eggs.
Yeah,
just
it's like a pocket watch size. It's like
it's just kind of thrown in there and not even cataloged.
Oh,
that's probably how it is.
I correspond with Erica about stuff sometimes, and mostly when I have questions about primates. Sometimes it's about collabing though. We've had this collaboration on the back burner for a while, but she's such a busy woman. She is, and I understand. She's going for her. She's in a master's program right now, right?
I think
she's
she's
in a PhD. That's right. I'm like a step behind. She's in a PhD program now. So, I can't.
She's a teaching assistant, and she's got her channel, and
she does activism work too. I mean, she was on just like of science awareness and stuff. She was on Seth Andrews' channel a couple weeks ago, just doing
now James has
for science.
James has a really great suggestion here for Erica.
Yeah, I think she actually did one of those. She
reads me like comment section things. She's done that. I don't know about emails though. So that's my thing about reading, because I've gotten some bizarre emails. I got some really weird ones because of the Cryptic Corner show that I do, and I used to do the perspective where I take the calls and stuff from the UFO and Bigfoot people and all that, which I'd love to start doing again sometime. I'm thinking about starting my own just for that type of call specifically. Anyway, I used to get all kinds of weird email. I could share what I feel bad about sharing something somebody sent to me privately.
Yeah. But, it depends, like, what the hell's his name? Oh, God, that crazy person on Praise's channel that was threatening me and Mutable Destiny, he was threatening to send the Mexican cartels after us and all this bullshit.
Hell.
Yeah.
I did call out Praise earlier today, too. I don't know if you saw that part or not.
No.
Ooh, give me a little.
Maybe I did.
That's back towards the beginning of my stream. You can listen to it if you want. It was
no, it wasn't Smokey. It was somebody worse. Jason Ezard. Yeah. When somebody starts threatening you in email, then it's time to make it public. I don't give a shit if it's private communication or not.
I think I did talk to him recently. And Mark Reed. Isn't he the one that said Mark? I have a little video clip of him where he said it was like telling Mark Reed that he died on the operating table. I think is that the same guy?
Yeah. Well, he claims that a friend of his died of an overdose in a bathtub, and an hour later came back to life, or something. He's got some incredible shit. He's an Australian, as Ian Chen said, he's an Australian hillbilly, and he's just so fucking crazy. And he wanted me to admit that I made drugs for the Mexican cartel or something, because he said I said it on a stream, and he had a screenshot of it. So he did like a 20-minute video of him going through all of his screenshots on his phone, trying to find it. And he said, well, I can't find it. I know it's here somewhere. And he never did find it. And then he took the video down, and then he started threatening us. And it was just hilarious. I mean, it was like, but also a little creepy. I'm glad he lives in Australia. I mean, if he lived in Minnesota, I'd be locking my doors. Like, Jesus, he's crazy. He's well. Then he went after Donnie, standing for truth. He went after him too, and he put Donnie's name. He basically doxed Donnie and all kinds of shit. And then somehow Donnie made up with him again after that.
That's so crazy because me and you knew some stuff about Donnie that nobody else knew, and we kept it to ourselves until it came out. Basically,
to ourselves for a long time until Jason spilled the beans.
I mean, we did watch some Donnie Deals commercials, not gonna lie.
Yep, we did. I'll never forget the sound of SFT selling Volkswagens in the same way he sells creationism. The same exact.
But he released. He did it on accident. He released his own information, and we just found him on social media. Well, when with the information that he released on accident through MDD, it was a name, and it was came up to when I typed it in, it came up for a car dealership, and lo and behold, guess who's selling Volkswagens? And I didn't feel like I was right for me to release it, but I me and Speed were the ones that discovered it. We were just kind of, you remember that, right? We were just kind of hanging out behind stage, and I'm like, and he's like,
I do remember that.
And Speed was like, one time I saw Standing for Truth's name, and I'm like, oh yeah, and I was like, what was it? And he told me what it was, and I'm like, I wonder if there's anything out there about that name. And just popped it into Google, and the rest is history. But that's where.
Yeah, and then we was that the thing we wouldn't tell Leo because we knew that Leo would spill the beans or whatever.
We didn't. We knew that there wasn't just Leo. There were multiple people that it was like we shouldn't tell this group of people for sure. They can't. I did tell Erica about it, but I told her she couldn't say anything until he came out about it, and I don't think she did. I think that he came out and said, "Yes, I'm Donnie Badinsky," and all that. Himself before anything that we found out about was released. So I do not take responsibility for that, but unfortunately, if it was Jason Ezer did that,
he sent an email to a whole bunch of people, just completely doxing Donnie before Donnie made it public, and then somehow Donnie forgave him. Because I think he knows that he's mentally challenged.
I wish that we had kept a copy of those commercials though, because it is really
because they're all
strange to hear. He sells young Earth creationism with the same demeanor as he sells Volkswagens.
Yeah, and I think they took all those videos down.
They're gone now because somebody reached out to me to ask about them to see if I could get them a copy of it. I'm like, no, I'm sorry, don't have it, and I'm kind of glad I didn't. But
that's why you should always hit the download button, so you can always have a copy of these things on your on your own. But if it's out in YouTube, in the YouTube sphere, it's actually fun game. Fun game.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't. I would have not felt bad about having that after he doxed himself or Ezer doxed him or Ezer doxed him or whatever. I wouldn't have felt bad about releasing it after that, but I didn't think that he would knew it was still out there. I guess because it was from like 2017 for the dealerships, like it was on the dealerships ad reel or whatever.
Yep.
For all the different salesmen they had. They all had their
years ago. Wow.
Yeah. So, and then when we found it, I don't think he worked there anymore. I think that it was
he had just quit, I think, during the pandemic or something like that.
Mm-hmm. It was pre-COVID. That's the main thing about it. It was pre-COVID Donnie.
Yep. Pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I've still been in talk with Joe Hubbard and his production people about trying to set up an engagement so I can engage with Joe and not have Standing for Truth involved. But it seems to be quite a stumbling block to get around Donnie.
Who is that? Joe Hubbard?
Yeah, Indiana Joe.
No, I don't.
Creation research.
Oh,
Dressed up like Indiana Jones.
really? Oh, him. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you haven't been able to get through to him.
Well, I have. I've been like talking with his producer, Sam. He's a really nice guy. He's a young Earth creationist too. I believe. At least he doesn't push back on young Earth creationists if he's not. But he's been trying to. We've been talking about setting something up or trying to get something put together. Yeah. But maybe I could even have him on my channel if he was cool with it. But Sam definitely said he would come on my channel. But
there's a couple. There's a couple that dress up like Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Interesting. I got to buy myself a lab coat. Then I'll get some respect.
Yeah.
I need
Just
a lab
call
coat.
yourself Dr. Speed.
Yeah. I need one anyway because I've got all these. I started colonizing all the mold in my backyard,
Mm-hmm.
and I need a lab coat in order to separate the different colonies.
Yeah, dude, you have a little like a specimen board behind you with like different samples and stuff in it, and you have a lab coat and some wear some goggles up on your head.
Yep.
Call yourself Dr. Speed, and yeah, Dr. Speed. You just talk about science.
Yeah, I already got the microscopes back here, so two of them now. So
yeah,
I'm a little disgusted. I'm a little disgusted with the high-powered light microscope. I guess it would be over my. I don't know. I can't do left and right. Over one of my shoulders. Anyway, I'm having a little trouble seeing shit with that, or I'm not that good at microscope technique, but I've been trying to look at various bacteria and molds, and I've started to get really crazy. Like I'm going to buy air purifiers. I had a HEPA filter installed yesterday, but I live by the fucking Minnesota River Valley, and that's like spore haven, right, as far as molds coming in, and like I don't know if I'm going to win this battle. but when you start to look at all the shit that's in the air and water, it's like it kind of creeps you out. It's as creepy as watching Netflix. Pretty bad. Anyway, I don't know if I want to get any science shit or not today. Not sure if I have the heart anymore.
Yeah, the coelacanth about scienced me up for the day, and I talked about they're using ants to track to detect cancer. It's pretty cool.
Ants to what?
To detect cancer.
An ant?
An ant, yeah.
How does that work?
Well, so we went over the paper on the stream, but what they do is they can detect the smell in the urine, right?
Okay.
So when they're conditioning the ants, they'll put different pathways to what kind of treats or whatever, and they will have the pathway that leads to the cancerous urine have the treat or whatever at the end, right? So they condition the ants to notice that when they detect the chemical traces of the cancer, that if they go that way, they'll find foraging material.
Yeah, I can't find the paper exactly, but I found
I just dropped it in the YouTube chat.
Oh, the paper. Okay, good. Mm-hmm. I did link your show in the description right at the top.
Yeah.
And that was a real reason why I called you out. So anyway.
Yeah, the real reason. Now you want to make me defend my ageism.
Yep.
So when people reach a certain age, we should probably just put them on an ice float and just like drift them out to sea.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to get rid of all the old people, except me.
Yeah.
I want to kind of hang around for a while.
Yeah.
But
There's not any icebergs near you. You're pretty far away from them. That's probably why no one's tried it yet.
So one of my son's classmates' father just died abruptly 20 days after COVID of some sort of cardiac event. Healthy person got COVID and 20 days later dropped dead. And so quickly that he had the remote on his knee, and the remote didn't even fall off his knee while he was taking a nap. So pretty bizarre. And my handle Speed of Sound came from a John Prine song called Speed of Sound of Loneliness. And I guess John Prine died of complications of Alzheimer's, of COVID, 3 weeks after he had it. Same thing. I was really sad to hear that.
That's rough. There's been a few people that there's
See, I don't know
still getting. There's things like I don't know if y'all hear me. I clear my throat a bit and cough a lot.
Yeah,
it's never gone away. Just a little bit, like my throat's just a little bit irritated. I don't know.
Yeah, so I did a bit of research on COVID and heart problems, and it's not really common, but when it happens, it becomes publicized. So it seems like it's common, but it probably amounts to maybe 0.01% of the people that get COVID. They have to have another complicating factor in their genetics, basically, in order to have that cause a problem, and it causes this clot.
There's something genetic that causes heart complications if you get COVID.
And they actually had heart disease of a sort, that wouldn't have been fatal, but the COVID basically combined somehow the spike protein clotted their blood and just plugged up an artery all of a sudden.
Hey, when is Carol's big stream? I'm ready for it. When are you gonna do that, Carol?
When is it?
We need a date and time.
Yeah, some warning. Live stream? Doing a live stream?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's scheduled on her channel. Look, there she got a date. 1:31. Yay! Do you know what you're going to be talking about?
1:30.
Sounds like it's going to be. I hear other people talking about it. Because Carol's everywhere. I don't know if you all see it in other channels, but like everywhere I go, Carol's there.
So 11 a.m. So that's 12 p.m. Central Time, I think.
I assume everybody's on Central Time. Why wouldn't you be?
I know it's Central.
That's unless you're Maya. Time zone in the world.
Maya's on that Eastern Time.
It's called the One True Zone. The One True Zone.
It's center for a reason, right?
Yep. Neurodivergent. That's the topic. What is neurodivergent?
I've got I hit the notify me on that, so I should get a notification.
Oh, it's actually up. So I will go ahead and try to link it in my description.
Yay. Yeah. Sorry if you felt like I was pressuring you to set a date, Carol. I was just celebrating that you were going to start making content, because I'm always happy to see someone who's like been in the side chat for a while, and like what Maya did. Yeah, she hung out in the side chat for a long time now. She's got a channel. I know she was over 100. Are you getting close to 200 now, Maya? Maya's still out there, but she's got a new channel making content too. So she's been hanging out with the one and only Dr. Tapioca Weasel.
Yeah, and there it is, live in 2 days. 2 days until holy shit, until the 31st. Are you kidding me? What happened to January?
I'm glad January's almost over.
Oh my, yeah. We're going into the deep freeze, but unlike other years where we go into the deep freeze for 3 or 4 weeks, we keep coming back up into the 30s, and I have no idea.
Why is Nerdy worried about ageism when rodents don't live but just 5 to 6 years?
Yeah, right.
Just saying.
Yep. Oh, let me copy this. Okay, I'll put that in the description, Carol. Let's see.
Yeah, we should put Maya out there too. She's just starting off.
I think I put Maya in last week. Maybe I did.
Oh, okay. You already got her in. Good.
I'll do it again. Oh, let's see here. And I'm trying to have a talk with my
Scott Duke is kind of a Maya Atkinson fanboy.
Yep. I want to have
me?
No. Maya wants to fight with me about free will and selfhood, I think. So be a big fight. Big fight. Okay.
I want to see that argument. Why don't she? Is she here still? Why don't you all do that now? I'll shut up and listen.
Do that.
I'm
now?
in favor of that.
I don't have the energy to do that now.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm about ready to get out of here.
Oh,
I'm just working on my link. So I'm thinking about trying to do just get on in the morning when I feel like streaming, just all of a sudden start a stream and start dealing with some of these topics like cell on collagen and what is the other one? Oh, there's one that we could go over now. Hang on a second. I want to get my description here. And it's going to be bad. It's going to be really bad. But if I don't start doing this shit, I'm never going to learn to do it. And I would like to put out some little bits trying to explain how did collagen evolve? How did things like sticky tissue evolve? That sort of thing. So shit like that.
Yes, vertebrates we are. If it wasn't for collagen, we wouldn't. Yeah, most of your bones are all the structure.
So was there much of a back and forth between Beethoven and Sal?
The stream. I don't know what the hell they were talking about. I never watched it.
I don't see them agreeing on much unless Beethoven doesn't know much science in terms of biology because I think he's an engineer or something. I'm not sure what he is.
I'm not sure. They didn't talk about biology, so well, they might have, but I don't think they were talking about atheists. This stream was about atheists.
Oh.
And Christians' opinions of atheists kind of bore me. So anyway. Yeah,
I don't know. I think I have a better grasp on Christian motivations for things than they have on atheist way of thinking about things. So,
but I want you to listen to this. This is pretty cool. We'll just let it run for
Another major historical event related to climate change happened about 4,500 years ago. Noah's flood covered the earth in water and buried massive amounts of vegetation and animals, turning them into coal and other fossil fuels. Nearly all of today's coal was formed from the vegetation buried during Noah's flood. The huge amount of buried vegetation suggests that pre-flood CO2 levels must have been very high compared to today levels. CO2 is plant food.
Right. Even secular geologists agree that ancient Paleozoic CO2 levels were much higher, like even 15 times more than they are today. Yeah,
way higher.
Yeah, there's no evidence that the Earth was, cooked by this situation of, a runaway greenhouse effect or something. The much higher CO2 levels would boost plant productivity and also allow for much more animal biomass.
Speaking of food, CO2 is plant food, and more of it would actually be a good thing.
There you go.
No. That's not how. That's not how ecologies work. Do they know about the Carboniferous rainforest collapse?
Yeah, these guys are precious, man.
I don't know. I don't think they have actual science degrees. We'd have to actually research. Do they even have names?
Oh my goodness.
I think they're AI bots. I think AI has been.
Yeah, these two are precious. I'm telling you. I can't find the clip that. Might have to back. And anyway, these two are just jokers. And when they start talking about science, but their whole thing is, okay, guys, we need to dig that coal up and we need to dig that oil up. We need to burn it because the plants are starving. And we need to put all that CO2 back into the atmosphere. They want it to be 15 times higher than it is now. Good luck, motherfucker. Especially if you live
How could we morally not do that?
I know.
Just oh goodness, just a like
I'm a climate activist.
0.005%
I think we should burn more fossil fuel.
That's what they got three videos about this. This is just the intro, and then they have 1 and 2 parts where they explain why we need to burn more fossil fuel. And of course, they got a little warning from YouTube here, from the United Nations. Yeah. Anyway.
Well, they need a warning from YouTube, definitely, if they're spreading that kind of message.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to CO2 levels and what plants are going to benefit from, plants benefit from a balanced, because it's like we breathe oxygen. Oxygen is good for us, but you can still die from too much oxygen in the environment. There's like time periods where there was life, where there was too much oxygen in the air for a human to be able to survive in, right? So we know that the environment can and will change to states that are toxic for certain groups of organisms and make them die out. That's what happened with we don't know all the gases involved with the Carboniferous rainforest collapse. I actually was watching Base Theory did a little video on the ancient rainforest. If you didn't watch it yet, it was pretty good. That's Grayson, for anybody who doesn't know who I'm talking about. But the idea that there's no point in which there can be an overabundance of the gases that benefit plants is ridiculous.
So the name of the video is CO2 is plant food. We need more. I mean, can you fucking believe these people? And they have a biblical explanation about why it's okay. And I don't think what they're quite understanding is that these changes in CO2 levels happen very, very slowly, up and down over periods. And the world was quite different. There were a lot of different organisms that were not compatible with the organisms that exist right now.
Some of the groups of organisms in Chernobyl are thriving. Some certain groups of organisms are just thriving after that fallout, right? After the meltdown. Yeah. So I'm thinking that we need more of that.
Yep.
Is the idea, because that's great. That's good for the environment. It wipes out humans, which is good for the environment. Sorry.
Yeah. Let's see, I grew up in northeastern Minnesota, where there's all these iron mines, and they piled up these gigantic ore dumps. They're about maybe 100, 200 feet tall. And on top of them is all just cracked, rock that was ripped out of the earth. And I would climb up there when I was a kid, and it was amazing because there would be an entirely different set of plants growing up there. And birch trees would grow about 4 feet high. And they looked like bonsai trees. They had huge, thick trunks, but they would only get 4 feet high. They were like really, mutated. And everything was different up there. And I just loved it because there'd be an entirely different set of flora up there. And it was, but the reason was because it was such a different environment, right? And it was such a disrupted environment that it completely, some things thrived and other things died out.
Well, and you see that, like I keep citing this just because I just learned about the diversity that used to exist there. But the Levant used to be like pretty tropical and lush, and had a wide diversity of megafauna, just up to even into the 19th century. I did not know that, and just as recently really hit the desertification impact of being inhabited by humans for so long. So it's a completely different biome than it's ever been before.
Yeah. We spread a lot of species to different places that, where they, things change rapidly, and we're changing things very rapidly, and it just might bite us in the ass. But But change, the thing is, like those ore dumps up north, there's a big move up there to cover them over with topsoil and plant grass and trees on them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of against that too, because they are interesting. I mean,
I like letting my lawn grow up a little bit. People used to always be weirded out and think I was just lazy or something. It's like, no, I like watching the pollinators and stuff.
Right, it's cool. Yeah. Yeah, I planted my east side and wildflowers last year. I'm going to do it again this year. And just,
We should share pictures of it for use as your background or something. I like wildflowers.
It wasn't that impressive. It looked like a bunch of weeds, but if you looked at them real close, they were very pretty flowers.
Well, you'll find that what I am impressed by and think is pretty is probably different.
Right.
And,
you're neurodivergent.
Am I neurodivergent? Probably.
Neurological function from what is considered typical.
Yeah, I'm probably neurodivergent, I would say.
Yeah, I wonder about myself.
I don't think I have some different diagnoses, but I don't know if they would be considered a neurodivergent diagnosis or not. I do like talking about invasive species, though. That's one of my favorite things to dive into.
Yeah, so I was like meditating. I was searching for my spirit animal, and a stink bug crawled across my desk.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah,
that feels right.
Yeah, we got them everywhere. They keep coming out of the woodwork. I don't know why.
Oh, did I tell you my brown recluse died?
Your what?
My brown recluse died.
Oh no, really?
Yeah, they're true spiders. So they don't live more than a couple of years. I don't know how old it was when I got it, but it died.
Yep.
It was my mom's house is full of them, though. I can go get another one next spring.
Yeah, I got a little spider living up in the corner of by the outside door.
Mm-hmm.
I pretty much keep, like, I went on this anti-bug campaign where I actually used yard guard on the inside of my house, and but this one spider, he seems like he's doing a good job up there, so I left him. And when I go up there and poke him, he runs away.
Speed Command Cyborg remembers your spirit animal differently.
Dead hookers are my spirit animal. I guess you're right. I don't know why I was cheating on my dead hookers.
I was talking to someone a little while ago, and they said they had a little jumping spider that was living around their window frame, and then they had some brown recluses in their house, and the jumping spider disappeared, and they were worried the brown recluse had killed the jumping spider. So, like, to us, brown recluses are definitely more dangerous than jumping spiders, but to a brown recluse, nothing is more dangerous than a jumping spider. So if you have a brown recluse in your house or brown recluses in your house, you don't want to be unwelcoming to the jumping spiders, because they love to eat those guys.
What are they? Are they the same as wolf spiders?
What, brown recluses?
No, these jumping spiders, because wolf spiders, what people call wolf spiders around here, they're huge spiders that live in the woodpile, and they jump about a yard. I mean,
they have really they have prominent eyes, kind of like jumping spiders. But they're not. Wolf spiders are different than jumping spiders, though. You're talking about, wolf spiders are like cosids, and jumping spiders are salticids. They're both visually based hunters, where wolf spiders are generally mostly terrestrial. They do most of their hunting on the ground. Jumping spiders are arboreal, do their hunting on walls and ceilings and in branches and stuff.
Yeah, I think these were wolf spiders that I had in the house.
Yeah, wolf spider. A wood pile would be a good home for a wolf spider. I mean, there definitely could be jumping spiders on a wood pile too. Both wolf spiders and jumping spiders like to eat brown recluses, though. So if you don't like brown recluses, those are that's another group of spiders to leave alone. Of course, most people when they're talking about this, they think they have a brown recluse in their house, don't live in anywhere near an area where you would actually have brown recluses. If you don't live in the Midwest in the US, it's probably not a brown recluse. Like almost like 90% sure it's not a brown recluse, unless you have recently received something from the Midwest or moved from the Midwest with some boxes or something.
I remember a story about a woman in Grand Rapids, I guess, at Minnesota. They got bit by a brown recluse, and it just like ate her arm up.
Yeah, necrosis.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
really
you can have
bad. Pretty scary. But it was a wolf spider that made me go on my anti-bug campaign in the house, and where I started yard guarding like crazy. I have so much insecticide in this house that it's probably going to kill me. But I came home from North Carolina after a month and curled up on the couch to watch TV after I got off the plane, and this fucking wolf spider come crawling up on my blanket, and I jumped, and he jumped about 3 feet, and I threw all of my clothes and bedding and everything in the washer, and I washed clothes all night because I couldn't go to sleep after seeing that son of a bitch. He was big, and he could jump way too good. So I don't like spiders in the house, actually. I know that depresses me, Bree.
no. The aversion to spiders is not necessarily a terrible thing. Evolution gave us that aversion for a reason.
Good to stay away from them.
Yeah, saying, hey, these things with all these legs, they might be venomous. They might hurt you. I will be back in just a minute. I have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, and then so we're gonna go on live while you're gone, Bree. So say goodbye, but stick around when you come back, okay?
Yes. Goodbye, cruel world.
Goodbye, cruel world. So we're going on live, guys. We're going undead, unlive. We're unlive. Anyway, yeah, we rambled long enough. Goodbye, cruel world. Scott, you agree?
I agree.
We're out of here. Okay, guys, thanks all of you for showing up. And Carol, I will try to make your live stream. In fact, noon is going to work for me. That works really well. So, and Maya, we'll twit back and forth and figure something out. So, okay, goodbye, cruel world. We out of here.
Goodbye.